Greetings everyone and welcome back to Rimworld and of course to Marble Hearth. It has been a while and we have missed you. Now then, at the end of the last episode we actually managed to cross a pretty massive milestone. That is, Periapsis became a leader and then held a pretty awesome, inspiring leader speech, which promptly gave us enough points to reform the ideology. I posed the question to you on which way you thought that we should go based on the story of the colonists so far. And from those comments I created a shortlist which I then presented to my patrons and specifically to many of the named colonists here. I gave them a poll including supremacist, collectivist, proselytization, transhumanism, and tunneler, with tunneler being the only high impact meme that was on the cards. But with an overwhelming majority, 47% of the vote went to transhumanism, with Tunneler actually in second place with 29% of the vote. But that is going to create some interesting options for us. Now, I'm going to pause this right now. Now, those of you who are particularly familiar with ideology will already know that we lack a certain couple of things that are going to make transhumanists happy. And the lack of those things is going to make them very much the opposite of happy. Nevertheless, it is what has been requested. So we're going to need to do a couple of things first and foremost. One, we can't be researching pemmican anymore. We desperately need to be researching a neural supercharger. Now that is going to require a high-tech research bench, something which has been on the cards for a little while. Now, I'm not going to reform the ideology to use that just yet because the penalty for not having neural supercharging is dire, but we are going to now have to aim for that as a massive priority. I think it's something like -6 or -8 for not being able to do a neural supercharge, and they want to do that daily, so that'll be just a permanent -6 or 8 or whatever it is until we've unlocked it and built a neural supercharger. Pretty big requirements, honestly. Now, do we even remotely have the components for this? I suspect we do not. Which is going to be a problem. We've got one component. Okay, well, we're going to need to do a fair bit of things, and one of our components is going to be used there. There are some components about the place, I'm fairly certain, if we have looking here. Yeah, compacted machinery just down here, and there shouldn't be an insect there to be in the way anymore, so we could go ahead and mine this out. In fact, we absolutely will. Let's get in there. It's going to be a big priority for us to grab that. I somehow doubt that we're going to have enough from just that one item. Nevertheless, we're going to do our best. Bubbles is currently breaking down a ship chunk, which may give us a component as well. But that is going to be a bit of a rough one. We are far from where we need to be in that regard. Perhaps some trading will be able to help us out. And in fact, we do now have some trade beacons. Also, on that note, I need to add a trade beacon in here. Now, whilst I'm looking at the storage, I actually had a couple of suggestions, and that was from Fresh Out of Carbs, suggested moving any flammables to a storage room that is less flammable itself. You know, whether the wooden shelves or wooden floor. I've literally got the flammables in the worst room that I could have for them. So I think that is a pretty solid suggestion. So let's go ahead and throw down a, well, I mean, we could go out and grab some slate. And I think that would actually be quite nice if we could, but we don't actually have enough. All right, then it'll be 2 of these then. 2 shelves back here. And I'm going to just mark these specifically for flammables. I want to copy the settings in here, paste the settings over here just as a quick way of doing this. I'm actually then going to make this an important place to put things, but I am now going to go through and find specific, well, actually, I guess would chem fuel is but the only thing right now that we have that is highly flammable. Oh, gelid chem fuel, infused chem fuel. Okay, me. Should I leave that in the ammo room? I'm going to say yes, they can stay in the ammo room. Is there anything else that would be flammable in particular? I doubt it's going to be that simple. Okay, I think it's just a chem fuel for now. I'll just leave chem fuel on here. That's the only thing that we're going to bring down. And I will link these 2 together for now. We will probably move other things around. Let's find chem fuel. chem. And remove that from the storage in this room. But as I mentioned, I'm going to need to pop down a trading beacon, probably about here, I'm thinking. So uninstall this, and we are going to want a trade beacon just dotted right about there. We'll just have to wait on that one to be moved, but that shouldn't take us too long. But there we go. We have our plan for the ideal legion. However, we're going to have to wait until we've got at least the means to research Neural Supercharge, because yeah, giving everyone just a permanent massive mood boost, mood malice right now would not go well for us. But we had a couple of other comments of note. The Ashling suggested adding medical beds and bunkers near the front lines to allow for swifter rescue of prisoners or allies. And along with that, Blue Leader also suggested adding somewhere for pawns to recover besides the battlement, so they can eat with the table after a shift of defending the walls. And this is actually something that I tend to do in my other colonies once we're established enough. But you know what? Sure, let's go ahead and set that up right now, shall we? Let's mark a little area for this. Somewhere in here would do. It doesn't need to be much. There just needs to be a spot, maybe with a light and a couple of tables or something. That will almost certainly be large enough there. We would want to actually, if we have just a table with 3 chairs, or maybe a large table with 4 chairs, and then maybe a little area to the at the side for a couple of medical beds, wouldn't be a terrible idea. Would not be a terrible idea. And we'll do something very, very similar down here as well. We'll just dig this in. We want a space for a bed and then a couple of medical beds on the far side. There we go. Combat supplier from Hinburium with a relationship. Brother of Von. My Lord Periapsis, have you got a really large family? I'm starting to have some questions, especially considering the latest diary entries from Periapsis, which you should absolutely be reading if you haven't had a chance already. They are fantastic reads. We've even got a couple of diary entries from the various mechs in the colony as well, which is always wonderful to read through. We've got plenty of insect in here, and everyone is more or less just kind of settling down. So I'm fairly happy with where things are right now, though there is still room for improvement, obviously. If we could get a couple... Ooh, Bibbles, did you finish taking that apart? You did, and there are 5 components there. Oh, we need those brought in desperately quickly. Haul urgently. Please, let's get those in. And if we can get another couple of components over here, then we may possibly be able to get all the way up to getting down a high-tech research bench sooner rather than later, which would be a fantastic boon. We'll see where things go, though. A lot of dead insects out here. Hopefully the haulers aren't going to be too upsetty about having to lug all of those giant carcasses over to the corpse dumping ground. As for our trader over here, let's go ahead and bring in... Yeah, Aquatami is still by far one of the better talkerers. Let's go and trade with the Blitz, the combat supplier. See what they have to offer us, eh? Sadly, there wasn't much available for us to trade. We're getting rid of a couple of the weapons, but not too much beside that. Combat supply is not really looking to do much in the way of trading. That being said, actually, I could get rid of the Psycho. Don't really need that. Would that afford... No, that wouldn't afford me an extra medicine, but it's good enough. I'll accept the 23 there. That actually, you know what? Since I've got 3, yeah, no, I can take that. So we'll buy 10 medicine with that. I don't think that one's a terrible one. If I could sell the chem fuel, I honestly would at this point. Sadly, not an option. We do have lots of munitions though, but I'm somewhat reticent to give up the guns that we've acquired. For the most part, the ones that we have are worth us having for now. Right, there we go. Thank you very much for the trade. It was very useful indeed. And I noticed that Bubbles has managed to put up one of, and the second one is on the way as far as the shelves go. We've got 5 components, which is... Oh, perhaps what are you doing? Perry, oh, I should have stopped you sooner. You're making more EMP grenades. Not going to say that that's a bad move, but that is where all of our components are going then. Actually, could I tell you to stop that? If I cancelled it now, would I get them? I did get them back. Okay. So I'm going to suspend this for the time being. Do any of these require components? No. The armor vest? No. Okay. Let's just keep hold of the components for the time being and use that for either repairs or for further expansion. I've got a lot of jobs that we need to work on right now. A lot of mining jobs currently awaiting someone to come along and check those out. Yeah, we're having to repair an awful lot of things, so I don't think we're going to be lucky enough to keep all of those components. What I will do though is I will dissuade the mining of these locations for now, just so that we can try and focus on mining out the components, because if we're super lucky, then maybe we do have enough. The alternative is always poke our faces in to whatever lies up here and hope for the best. We might end up biting off a lot more than we can chew, so I mean, actually thinking about it, we could do that right now, and there is a chance that you would deal with whatever comes our way. I mean, we could. Perhaps Bubbles would take care of that. We will see. This is a bit of a play, but we'll see how it goes, Bubbles. Don't get killed. Because if you do, then we're going to have to use the components anyway to get you back up and running again. But let's have a look. And one more. Oh, deconstruct that as well. There we go. Thank you very much, Bubbles. Oh, that wasn't the Ancient Danger. Well, where is the Ancient Danger then? Oh, that has thrown a complete spanner in the works. I have no idea where the Ancient Danger is then. Is there another wall that I missed? Oh. Okay, well, the ghosts that have been plaguing Periapsis' dreams up until now are going to have to remain at large. That is more than a little bit of a concern. Mostly because I can't control where someone might try to breach, and they could easily end up unleashing them at a time when I'm not in the best place to deal with them, and that is a problem. But all right, I guess things aren't going to be as easy as I'd hoped. We have struck compacted machinery. Oh, it's the compacted machinery I already knew about. Okay, well, I mean, good, but also unfortunate. Oh my god, will you please potty train your Muffalo? Okay, so for everyone who has been saying in the comments that chess tables only work if the chairs are facing the chess table, note this. Playing chess currently, note the chair, not facing the chess table. I wasn't imagining it. You scallywags trying to gaslight me, make me think I'm crazy. It has never needed the chair to face it. The chairs only need to face something, and in fact, they don't need to face something. They just need to be in the operational spot. Maybe there are some edge cases where it is actually required, and I've just been very lucky to have avoided them up to now. Okay, we have got a group of pigskins from Mopu have arrived nearby. They're attacking immediately. Oh. Well. Ooh, that's unfortunate. They've got some good weapons. They've got a flamethrower. Okay, let's have a quick look. A Saiga 12K, very scary. All right, our allies are about to walk headfirst into this. Now, they are combat supplies, so they should be relatively well armed. That being said, this is probably the toughest raid that we have seen to date. They are very well equipped. Right, I don't even think we've really got time to equip our armor. I think we need to sally forth immediately if we're going to do anything. If we had more of an opportunity, but we need to kind of capitalize on the fact that they're going to be fighting for a little bit. Well, maybe we've got a bit of time. Maybe we have got a little bit of time. I'm going to say, I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to grab some stuff. Ooh, actually, Eelstar, no, Eelstar can't. Eelstar can't, nor can Vanya Loswin or Dewdrop. Yeah. They are already close to their bulk limit due to the lack of consciousness. In fact, poor old Vanya is well over it anyway. Why are you wearing that steel armor? Vanya, let me just double check. Does civvies allow armor? Let me just put that in. Yeah, it allows armored vest. Well, I'm gonna switch you to no armor then. No armor for you. I know this is a rough time to be Vanya Lost. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw you up against something really dangerous. Don't mind, you're just not gonna have any armor. That's all. But Little Eclipse, you can. Let's get you equipped. Combat gear for you. Same with Aquatami. For the time being, I'm going to just have them all be in homes so they quickly, or should quickly, equip themselves. I want the mechs set for home only for now. And we are about to go and attack. I'm going to give our colonists a few moments to quickly grab any gear they can. Maybe I should quickly draft and undraft them so they will realize they need to go and equip. All right, we're already here in combat down south. It looks like it's quite spread out, which is going to be great for us. But we need to get down there quickly. All right, as soon as our peeps have had a moment to equip, then we will be heading out. You've managed to take down one. There's a couple that dodged around. Ooh, you just got grenaded. Okay, that wasn't grand. We have got fighting all over the place. Aquatami is so far away. This may be the only reason why Aquatami is going to survive. Look at the shrapnel from those grenades, though. That is scary. All right, okay. Who has had an opportunity to equip so far? Dewdrop has not. Rizel is not. Little Clips has. Has Periapsis yet? No. Little Eclipse, I want you to move out. Don't go too far, but let's at least array. You're drafted. Get out there. Is Periapsis ready? Periapsis is ready. Right, Periapsis, I want all of your mechs on escort duty. You are drafted as well. Go, go, go. It is a shame that Aquatami was so far away, but it is what it is. Eelstar, Vanya Loswin, Dewdrop, Rizel, need you all together. Let's go. Aquatami, are you going to have time? I don't think you are. Right, our allies are already down. Little Eclipse, can you take a shot from there? Oh, you're definitely not going to be able to. You've got a shotgun. What do they have? They have got... they've got a better shotgun. We could force them to come to us. That is an option. Hold open. Yeah, that might actually be the better option right now. We could have the mechs hold this area for us. Big Al, Eli. Let's just grab you two. Array up. This is by far not the best place for us to be. Not even slightly a good place for us to be, really. Can we encourage them to head in? What are you doing? You're shooting the wall? I would very much like to encourage some of your friends to come join us over here. Dewdrop. You can take a position there. Rizel, would you be able to reach from there? You would. You would. Vanya, in you go. Oh. They're attacking my chickens? Okay, they weren't trying to. That was just a stray shot. We're losing our potential advantage here. Eelstar, with your rifle, you've got an enormous range. Take some shots. Okay, do your best. Okay, you missed out on that option. It's fine. Step out. They may come for you, but that's okay for now. Are they grenading? Oh! They perceive that as an enemy. Because it does actually belong to a faction. Buffalo, why is it when I am hunting you go bonkers? They're just all sat there taking shots at you and you ignoring them. Very upsetty about this. Do you have any more ammo? Reload. If they're going to come around that corner, they're going to have to go for... Okay, they've got grenades, so draw back. Don't play with grenades. Keep going. Keep going. You can easily engage from all the way up there. Right, it's time for the house spots to be active. Let's get you all together, though maybe actually having you cluster like that is not the right move. Would like you over there. Sound sphere, you're actually going to be amazing in melee. Let them pop in. Are they going to come in? No. They're going to stand outside and grenade. All right. Go, 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 go. Out you go. And attack. They've got body armor. Okay, draw back. Move. Good. That actually worked to our advantage since the explosion was heading out in that direction. But we're going to need slugs then in that case. And the same is going to be true for all of our shotgunners. Let's make sure all shotgunners have switched over to slugs. Yep. Okay. We're going to want... yeah, probably flicking over to armor piercing then. Periapsis. You... Yeah, armor piercing, please. Right, well done. They are just... Aquatami. You brave soul. Not abandoning the chickens. You would have had to have gone out and grabbed one. I've been looking down here. Aquatami's just been holding the line by themselves. I love it, but I also hate it. Eli, big Al, go. Take him out while they're trying to escape. Couple good shots. Well done. Follow through. Uh-oh. 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 That's gonna suck. Move back. Okay. Very well done. Use of the corner there was perfect. Where is Aquatami? Aquatami, need you down here. What are you gonna go and grab? Okay, you're gonna go grab the flak jacket. All right. Militors. Actually, house spots as well. Go, 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 go. Run past. Charge in. Charge. Oh, they've dropped it right at your feet. Wow, okay, that's kind of annoying. Engage. Right, you two move. Right, they are stuck in combat. You should be able to attack over the top of the other mechs. And just take them out. They've managed to get through the wall. One of them is down. How? Oh, psychic suppression. They got... Oh, were they shot by the allies down there? Might have been. There's a lot of gore around here. We've not really been paying too much attention to what's happening down there. We've been far more occupied up top. Well done. Took a little bit of damage there. Critical alert. Major break risk. Now's not the time. Look, I understand. It's a rough time. Our poor chickens. These scallywags just going for them. But there's a time and a place. And this is not it. Alright. Mechs, engage. Go, 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 go. That's right, Bubbles. That's right, Silent Psychopath. Move up. You can shoot over their shoulder. Take them out. Like, right now? Right now would be the time. Okay, well. Go. I'm going to bring our people out. Get out there. House spots. Keep them locked down. Right, little clips. Actually, we might be able to just push. Everyone, go, go, go. Heal star as well. The whole group. Oh, they've broken. Wow, house bots ruled there. I mean, to be fair, they were backed up by the Militors, but... Well, that means at Dewdrop, you can head back. In fact, who's going to be the best taking care of the animals right now? That would be Dewdrop, okay. As for doctoring, since it's only the animals that we're going to need right now, Aquatami, you're also... Well, you've got a really good weapon, though. Are you just going to bed? I did not micromanage Aquatami throughout this battle, and that is on me. But I would actually like you to come out and try and help right now. Periapsis, you're not going to be the best fighter here. So, for the most part, I'm going to say... Yeah, you can finish them off with the shotgun. You two can move up top. They will go down. Eelstar, take some shots. We've got a lot of people that we need to help. An awful lot of people that need help. We don't yet have... No, we took all of the bedrolls down. All right. So as an emergency, we will throw in a couple of sleeping spots, set them for medical use. We're going to have to make use of our holy room as a makeshift hospital right now. Again, pretty solid precedent with that. Who can we help? Who can we save? Let's have a look. Dead in 2 hours. Probably not you. Dead in 1 hour. Definitely not you. 14 hours. We can get you. You were right. No. Okay, so we're going to want Periapsis. Go and rescue Dan. How close are you? You're probably one of the faster walkers. I'm going to have the others march out and try and deal with the escapees as they can. Get in there. Help out a little bit, please. I would like them to go down for good. My god, what are they wearing? Oh, well, that would explain it. They're wearing recon armor. Alright. Well, that is going to cause us some issue in getting through. But hopefully we can manage it. Aquatami, I would love it if you could try and rescue Shigeko. But it will have to be a stabilize and then immediately try to get them back. Eelstar, with your stupendous range. Keep doing good work. Finish them off. Well done. Do we have time to take survivors? That I very much doubt. Right now, I simply need to remove them. Right, they are down. Did they die? Ah, damn it, they died. I would have loved to have taken their gear. My lord, having some recon armor would have been fantastic, but this is such a mess, as many of our engagements are these days. They're not the best, certainly. What are you wearing? The composite vest is practically dead, so there's no point. Right, housebots, you are good to go. I'm going to send the housebots back. So, Periapsis, housebots can go back to work. But I want the Militors with you. Protect you as you try to rescue some of the peeps. There's no reason to stabilize Dan. We should just pick you up and get out of here. Are you down on the ground? You don't appear to be downed. I think you're waiting for your friends to join you. Wow, okay. One of your friends is literally on fire, is burning to death. I'm not going to be able to save them. There is zero chance. The best I can do right now is to avenge them. Aquatami's... no, Aquatami would spend valuable seconds that could be otherwise spent rescuing someone who is possibly going to survive. 1 hour left. Tend them as quickly as you can. Wow. The effective armor. We're out here without any. Well done on the levels, though. Right, Aquatami, have you stabilized them? You have. Still dead in an hour, though. Tend where you are. It's better than letting them die on the way back, and there's every probability that that's exactly what would happen. We are definitely showing very little, if any at all, mercy to the raiders this time, but you're probably okay. Wow, you might get killed by a cougar of all things. Are you actually down? You might be. I did not realize this. Little Eclipse, can you get them? Draft you again. No, they are actually up. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Right. Disease, infection. Dan has got an infection there. That is understandable. Did any of our chickens actually manage to survive this? Yes, as it happens. A decent amount of them did. Right, okay. Well, you've done your best. Let's get you back inside. There is so much that we need to sort out now. We have got an enemy down here. We could capture them. Are they worth capturing? Quick sleeper misogynist. Well, we are... I could put our rescues in here and use that as a prison. We've also got you. Let's have a look at you. Dead in 4 hours. Hard worker, though. Antisocial child, army sergeant, amazing shooting. Alright, Rizal, do what you can to capture them, I think. We're going to try and take 2 of them. Not going to worry too much if we can't. I will let you finish eating, but then I want you to capture. Vanya, who I would imagine is now going to be fast enough on their feet to move around properly. Yep. Okay, I want you to capture them. We will treat them as we can. Right. You have... No. Rescue down. The reason you dropped them is because you felt that the bed you were taking them to, you couldn't get them to. Right, okay. Aquatami, I want you to rescue them. Okay. My goodness, that was a mess. And once again, a stupid amount of wealth has been added to the map, which is going to be a problem for us. I think that there is a possibility that we don't even try to recruit these 2 pigskins. We simply let them know that the option is they can die now, or they can maybe take their chances with being sold into slavery in one of the towns and use them to help us carry a bunch of gubbins to a nearby site, because we are struggling in that regard quite massively. We've got a load of new weapons that are going to be adding to wealth, but they're not things that we're going to want to use. The walls definitely saved us, being able to dodge out of the way of the shrapnel, and we did have a fair time, especially with the Militors, who are very reactive. They can decide to move around very quickly. They don't get kind of locked down from shooting the same way regular colonists do. I've got so many people outside, though. So many bodies that need to be buried. So many people with gear that would be worth us taking off them. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter to them anymore. Like anything with like steel, anything that we can smelt down is worth it for us. Anything else, much less so. I'm not sure if flak pants will count, but I'll strip them just in case. You had so many items. Wow. It kind of shocks me that... Oh, we don't need any of that. That they lost that fight so handedly, given that they were combat merchants. I really was expecting them to be a little bit more... capable in combat, I guess. And, the shame of losing that, though. Right, Soundsphere needs to be gotten up. Soundsphere held the line remarkably well there. Powered exoframe. Ooh, that one is not tainted. Very interesting indeed. The Saiga is available. Oh, that would definitely be useful. All right, let's get people inside. Starting to see the first of them get brought in. Thank you very much, Rizal. All right. Unwavering prisoner, that's fine. We are not intending to... Right, can you strip them as well? Not intending to try and convert them, I don't think. Do they need any further treatment? Or did you do enough? I think you did enough, okay. I am going to need you to not be equipping your combat gear. As it happens, the combat is over. You got through all of that without combat gear. Well done, you. Let's get everyone else back to their civvies for now. Hopefully, you actually... Could you prioritize tending them while they're here? Am I going to use my very limited medicine on them? No, we're not. Doctor care, stop their bleeding, bandage them up, but don't use the meds. Even the herbal meds. Periapsis is almost here. Alright, Periapsis, you can send the Militors for recharge. We've got a lot of repairs to do. An awful lot of tending to do. My lord. When will it end? Well, sadly, Hoink didn't manage to make it. And we hadn't stripped them prior, so neither did their composite vest. But that's fine. We're going to be smelting it down anyway. Are you okay down there? You still just slowly bandaging yourself? What is your skill in medical? 3. It was probably 0 to start with. I mean, well done, I guess. But, oh my lord, we still haven't cleaned up after the last raid. Cassandra, cool down. Shigeko has given up on this community. She's decided to leave and pursue a better life elsewhere. You can... What? You passed out whilst walking away after we treated you, so we treated you again, and now you're giving up on us, apparently. When did you think... Is this one of these whole sort of things? You were nice to me, therefore I've received kindness so few times in my life. I have interpreted this as you being, you know... throwing yourselves before me, begging me to stay. Like, what's going on in these people's heads? And also, if that was what you thought, why are you leaving? I don't even... You're probably just going to pass out again. You're barely managing to get by as it is. Did you eat? You haven't eaten. The whole reason we brought you back was to give you more food. Oh, my lord. Now there's a flash storm. The gods are angry with you. The Shadowkin are mocking your attempt at autonomy and leaving. You should just turn around, come back, let us treat you. But no, you're going to be headstrong and force us to carry you back later when you can't walk. Oh, my lord. Okay, we just finished researching Pemmican. But considering that getting neural... where were you? Neural supercharging is our next real goal. I'm going to stall working on this for now. Oh my god, our fridge is just gigantically full. We kind of need to make more food. I am definitely feeling that we need to make more food. we also need to make much less kibble, but if people would just stop killing the insect for like 5 seconds, maybe we could. We can make more bulk fine meals. I suppose that is actually reasonably high on the list. And having a freezer full of food, that's just wealth that isn't defending itself, which is a problem. Who is currently set up to cook? That would be Vanya. Where is Vanya right now, and what is Vanya doing? Vanya is going to bed. Well, I guess the meat is just gonna rot. No, we're not gonna let the meat rot. Come on. Oh, we lack vegetarian meals. All right. Well, given that, then maybe we should increase this a little bit. How about I take this up to 5 meals per? Well, if we make it 6, that's like 3 days worth of food. Unpause that. Vanya, I'm very, very sorry. I hate to do this, but I would hate to see the meat be wasted even more. Something had to die to get us that meat. Let's not disrespect them by just letting it rot. Still going strong. I mean, well done. 29% malnutrition. I don't fancy your chances out in the wild, but sure. I wonder if this means that we won't get any like credit though for having helped them. I hope so. I don't know. Oh my lord, so many bodies. But we want all of the good stuff. Need to smelt down all the armor that we can. On this note, though, it does look... Oh, no. Faisal. Well, actually, kind of not the worst time for it. But we've had bad experiences with food binges in the past, so... hopefully, we'll be able to get the last bit of components there. Do we need to expand this? Probably not right now. But this may be enough. I don't think we're going to be lucky enough to find any more. It's enough for us to make the high-tech research bench. That much we can do. So let's go ahead, pull that down, get the high-tech research bench on the go. We don't want to use this one, so I'm going to disallow that one until we've got the high-tech research bench built. I think that would be wise. We also need to repair that wall before winter comes. What are you doing coming back? What? Did you... I think they decided that it was actually sensible for them to stay here and get fed until they're fully healed and can walk off the map under their own steam. And so they're on the way. I no idea what's going on with them, but I guess welcome back, I suppose. Hopefully we can take care of you. They just returned on their own. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. How is Nelson? Nelson's doing all right as well. In terms of our standing, has that improved anything? No, not really, unfortunately. That has not improved anything. Oh well, it is what it is for now. Encrypt is currently recharging. We definitely do still need to get another recharge spot, but the main thing for us right now is to get all of the components indoors. So I'm going to actually set those up to be hauled urgently, just to make sure that they're actually brought back relatively quickly. Oh! Well. I approve. Well done. I was only out here to get a little bit of marble so that we could repair those walls, but I will absolutely take that as well. Okay, perfect work. Heal Star Bubbles, getting some building done over there. Nice. Poor Bubbles, falling asleep on the floor. Look, it's going to happen occasionally. Peace talks. You know what? Maybe we should have gone for that, but it's hard for us to take you seriously about peace talks when you literally raid us. Nelson, now's not the time. Activate the Militors. Send in the Militors. No. I want you to punch them, not shoot them to death. Get off, Plumber Smack, you scoundrel. Plumber Smack was just coming along to clean... Oh, you broke the curtain? My lord. Plumber Smack's just trying to do his job. Do we have enough people skin in order to repair that? I think we do. We do, just. You are lucky. I was be using you to repair that curtain. Maybe I shouldn't make it out of people anyway. No, I think it's perfectly reasonable. Okay, thank you very much. You may go and recharge now. Periapsis, could you please capture this scoundrel? I was waiting until your wounds were healed before we started the conversion process, but you know what? Fine. Just try and work down their will. We need someone to help us carrying all of the things out of here. Steel ballistic shield has deteriorated in storage. Well, I mean, a lot of things are going to deteriorate down there, unfortunately. I do kind of need them to be hauled up, if I'm perfectly honest. Maybe I could pick out a couple of the choicest items and bring those along myself. That needs to be hauled. These need to be hauled. Not that we'll ever wear them, we understand. It's just that there's no point in letting them decay. Is there anything else of value here for us to bring out? A night vision monocular. Wish I'd seen that before I allowed it to deteriorate so much. And that also needs to be hauled up here. Once that gets hauled out of there, we should be able to break it down a little bit. Does this accept just random gubbins? It does not. Well, I'm going to set this to accept apparel, but not clean and not non-smeltable. The only apparel worth storing here is stuff that I can break down into something else. So we'll see what we can do. Vanya is going to destroy the powered exoframe because they're having a tantrum. You know what? Of all the things you could have destroyed, it's actually alright. This is going to give you a nice big catharsis, so I'm alright with that. Right, you're fully healed. Have you eaten anything yet? Oh my lord. Why are you so against survival? Actually, that's a bit of a personal question. You know what? You do you. But at some point, I'm going to grow tired of having to carry you back. Aquatami, very well done. They've already broken Nelson's will, which means we can now begin the process of enslaving them. Might just be the next opportunity that would manage that. Now, looking around the rest of the colonists, obviously moods are a bit low, and a lot of that is coming from pain that they've endured, which would be greatly improved if we could get a biosculptor up and running and then use that to get the colonists to remove those annoying scars. However, we're still quite far from that. If we have a look, I mean, generally, not the most awful moods, actually. Reisel's got catharsis thanks to pigging out. Aquatami's just in a relatively good mood. Vanya's got catharsis thanks to destroying something. My fiance jerk died. Oh, my fiance died. Such a man. My future is gone. His name Jerk. Okay, Okay, this is a rough one. Vanya, I didn't notice that. My bad. We're going to have Reisel try to console you once we have the opportunity. But I'm genuinely starting to think that we might want to hold a Sky Lantern Festival somewhat soon. Try to do something a little bit nicer for the colonists, lift their spirits a bit, see if that can help. We're definitely going to want to keep this area clean as well. All of this area. We've got so many more areas now that need to be added to the clean list. There we go. Following that, assuming we can get that done, we're still trying to build up the steel that we're going to need. We're about 200 off from being able to build the advanced researching bench. I do have steel marked, the one in here that hopefully we're going to be able to get through, though they are having to work in here with all of the toxic I guess like fumes from the waste packs as they break down. Ooh, transport pod crash. Let's find out what's happened over here. You're from the Refugee Empire. Okay, let's actually have a proper look at that message. A crop farmer named Adiodata is crashing in a transport pod nearby. If she survives the impact, she will be badly wounded. If she returns home safely, she will spread goodwill between your factions. Okay, well, I'm totally down for that. Let's have a look at your wounds. Not too bad. You've just got the cracked pelvis. Is that. It's the Rimworld, okay? That is not too bad if that's all you got out of a transport pod crash. I wouldn't be opposed to trying to get you rescued, taken care of, and returned home safely. We will see how that goes. Have you managed to get out? Oh, my lord. Going to die. A blind healer is approaching the colony. He wishes to talk. Alright, are you feeling a little bit guilty, Cassandra? Because we could definitely do with the blind healer right now. Okay. There's a bunch of things that might happen here. You're unwaveringly loyal. Scowl is so loyal to his home that he will refuse to be recruited if taken prisoner. Your ability is unnatural healing, using dark psychic influence to heal someone. The process will stop bleeding, restore blood loss, and can even heal significant injuries. However, it may also have unexpected side effects. The unexpected side effects are interesting. We definitely want to chat with you, and since I'm going to have to come out here and rescue Shigeko anyway, let's go and have a chit-chat, shall we? Oh man, I was just about in a position to build some proper like chest of drawers in here, but I guess not. I guess we're not doing that. Instead, we're building a bed. And the bed can be right there. You're not going to be getting the benefit of a nightstand. I'm sorry. Look, we're doing the best we can with what we've got. A small, withered man stands in front of you. Where his eyes should be, there are only scar-crusted holes in his flesh. Yet even without eyes, he somehow looks at you with kindness. He says that he knows that his skills are needed here and wants to stay for a while. He offers to use his healing powers to help you. He may be very useful, but you sense there's something Scowl is not telling you. Allow Scowl to join. You're named Scowl. What a name. Alright, Aquatami, if you could rescue this absolute idiot and bring them back. Right. Okay, so unnatural healing. Now, I'm not sure, but I believe this can even heal scars. And that could be a big one. We've got the stab scar, which is painful for Eel Star. A frostbite scar for Dewdrop. A scratch scar for Little Eclipse. A scratch scar and a stab scar for Vanya. A stab scar for Rizel. Aquatami is the picture of health. For a second, it crossed my mind that could they use their healing ability on themselves to give them their eyes back? But you know what? I'm not sure they would want to. But let's have a quick look at your abilities. Now, we've taken someone else in previously, and it didn't turn out too well for us. But the potential for a healer is a little bit too tempting. A little bit too tempting. You're not actually even any good at doctoring. So many questions. But your skill is unnatural in origin. It's not based on your actual skill. All right then, Scowl. Let's go ahead and set you up. I'm going to set up your work schedule and your sleep schedule assignments. And then we're going to find out what your true name is. Because everyone has a true name. Welcome back, everyone. And please give warm welcome to Manu. Polo Manu. What was your surname? Creed. What an interesting surname you have. Okay, right. So Manu, a bit of an interesting character. I've given them the same schedule as everyone else. No real reason to change things up. But I've also given them a Winchester, as they have some skill with shooting. Though I'm a little bit concerned about the idea of having them actually take part in any combat. Hunting is a different thing because they're blind. But it's literally one of the only skills. They don't even have a high skill in it, but it's the only skill that they have any real interest in doing. They're somewhat good with animals, though, so, you know, that is definitely a plus. But yeah, they're not really going to be doing a heck of a lot around the colony, I'm going to be honest with you. More than likely, they will quite often default to helping with mining or hauling and cleaning. Now, I could... For those who are really bad at mining, I'm actually very, very tempted to just take mining off them altogether and have them instead just do what they can with hauling and cleaning. And in fact, I think I'm going to do that with crafting as well. Although crafting is one of those skills where it's useful for everyone to have a little bit of crafting, because you can't really fail a crafting job, you just do it slowly. But we've got enough people who are good at it that I think I would rather actually focus on them. Likewise, we've got a couple of people who've got a few skill points in mining, and it isn't terrible to have them out there, but mining 0 is such a time sink. They will stand out in the dark for hours at a time and will get one chunk mine. Now, over time, it does improve, but with this many colonists, there's no real reason for us to have people who are that bad at the job taking care of it. Little clips, definitely don't need you wardening anymore. I don't mind Periapsis doing it because they've got a 6 skill, but they're not really, it's not really their focus. As for childcare, probably enough people in the colony now that we don't need that at all. And likewise, probably don't need this many doctors. It's sometimes nice to have for someone to help someone up, but I can just turn that on and off as the need presents itself. I will, however, keep research on a 4 as a last job to do. We will have that one locked in. But there we go, Manu. Enjoy. Again, bit of an interesting colonist, but we will see what you can do about this place. Right, it clamps you to extreme exhaustion. Yes, that does happen when you don't eat for days upon days upon days and you refuse to let us take care of you. Hopefully you're going to be too weak to stop us this time. Maybe. We'll see. Critical major mood break risk with Dewdrop there, which does suck. Aquatami, could you feed them? Please, because they're probably going to get up in a second and cause issues. I hit it. I refuse to feel bad, but I've got a funny feeling that some people will. Let's have a look. No, for the time being, people don't feel bad. All right, well, I refuse to feel... You did this yourself. You did it to yourself. We're going to take your stuff, and then we're going to get rid of you. We could dress them while... Oh, I think it's because they're in the bed. Could you strip them? You're not going to be too super happy about seeing them like that, but hopefully one of the lifters will come along and take care of that. Could have been a better situation, truthfully, but yeah, here we are. Right, anyway, we've got a blind healer, and I was going to try and have them help you, but sadly, no. Now, our blind healer could definitely do a thing or two about... you. Could I have you use your unnatural healing on them? Let's have a watch. Now this can have interesting side effects. There we go. Got a hidden complex. Hidden complex robbing. Learned an ancient complex that is said to contain ancient treasure. You can break in to collect the loot. I mean, might be an interesting one. But okay, unnatural healing. Manu has finished his psychic healing on Adyodata. Adyodata's crack was healed. Well done. Picture of health. Alright, well done, Manu. That's going to be down for 6 days. It was worth getting them out of that bed that much faster, though. Hopefully, that will help us out a little bit. But it isn't super clear whether or not that will be the case. We have repaired the wall, though. Manu's taken care of some of the chickens that just hatched because we had way too many. But hopefully Manu will go and equip themselves shortly. We'll see how all of that goes. This is why we've got too many chickens. Right, anyway, things are looking relatively okay. Our freezer is jam-packed full of food for the animals. Do we actually have enough? We do not have enough nutrition for them. given that, I'm going to allow kibble to be stored here. Go ahead, move some of the kibble from in there out here. We've got so much that if we want to make it available to the animals, we absolutely can. Just to supplement what we've got. Enslaved. There we go. Akwatami told Nelson that he must work for the colony. Nelson has accepted and joined Akwatami's community. Well done, Akwatami. We are one step closer to getting rid of this stupendous amount of wealth that we have accrued because Cassandra is trying to load the dice in her favor. The scallywag. Right, well, given that, I'm going to need a certain couple of things. Specifically, I'm going to need a, let's have a look, complex clothing. We are going to want, oh, do we not have them? Oh, there we are. We're going to want a slave collar and we're going to want a slave body strap. We'll let them have other clothes on, naturally, but we do need to make sure that they understand their position, and also this will suppress their desire to break free. They're not going to be with us for very long, but I will set up a zone restriction so they can't go anywhere near our weapon stockpile, and hopefully once they are fully healed, I will allow them to have this as a room for now. There we go, for prisoners. There we go. We'll allow them to get up to speed, get fully healed, and then we're going to take them on a bit of a trip. It might be a long trip because we've got a lot of things we need to sort out there, not least of which the psychic suppressor. But give me a few moments to get everything set up. Okay, currently Nelson is set up for this area. Oh, I actually do need to make sure that one of the beds is assigned to you. There we go. That can be for prisoners there. Also not oh, actually, both of them were set up. Sorry, I need it for slaves, not prisoners. There we go. That was the problem. Right, now, Nelson is building their own wall. We don't have everything I needed in order to get this sorted out just yet, so I needed a space where Nelson wouldn't be outside too much. Nelson is actually relatively good at construction, so that's going to be their first priority. Following that, they will do a little bit of crafting. Honestly, not a bad pawn. All things considered, Nelson's not a bad character to have. However, they are never going to be a full colonist, and so we're not going to be keeping them around. That's not what we're about. That being said, you know, having them help us carry things out of here definitely would be useful. We will get them tended, we'll get them fed. There's no point in heading off on a caravan with them all bagged up. That would not end well for us. We are doing what we can, though, to get everything made. We have made a slave collar. We have not yet made a body strap. Hopefully we can make one of those, but it's going to take us a little bit of time, it seems. And other than that, we are getting through the various odds and sods that were brought around the place. Dewdrop is actually up to a high level of mining. Well done, Dewdrop. Getting a load of steel down here. I am desperately looking forward to getting this up and running. I've had to disable, or rather suspend, a lot of different jobs. Also, Periaps's mech control headset has broken, or at least getting to a point where they want to replace it. So that's a bit of an issue. Hopefully we will be able to get this made soon, and I can unsuspend that, and they can make use of whatever materials we have. We've only got 14 of them, though, which is a little bit of a problem. As for Dewdrop, yeah, Dewdrop is really not liking, you know, mining down here and amongst all of these toxic fumes, and I can totally appreciate that. I'll be honest with you. Could you haul as much of this back as you can as soon as you're done? There we go. Let's get you out of there for a little bit, because that is not a nice place for you to have to be. Hopefully we can get more of the gubbins around the place hauled in. I wouldn't mind giving some urgent haul orders for the tools at the very least. Let's try and get all of this hauled up so that we can at the very least make use of it and break it down a little bit. We have, however, finished our little defensive area, which I'm extremely excited about. Oh, marvelous. You've actually managed to finish that as well. Okay, well, we don't need this little area then. We can take that back down. As for the gubbins inside here, yeah, there's a lot of gubbins in here that I wouldn't mind having hauled. But not all of it is worth the hauling. So let's just grab a couple of things. The guns, gas masks, anything that can be smelted, and I do believe that flak items can be smelted, which is going to be useful for us. So let's go ahead and bring all of that in. It would be grand if my haulers would be able to take care of some more of this, but to be fair, there's an awful lot of gubbins on the floor, so I don't really anticipate that happening anytime soon, but let's try and clean the place up a little bit at least. Bubbles has begun construction on the high-tech research bench. Oh my lord, Bubbles. Thank you so very much. That is going to be huge for us. Let's have a look. What else is going on here? That flak jacket can probably be broken down for now, just so that we've got the materials available. We are actually quite shy on steel on a near constant basis. I'm following something, apparently. No idea what was going on there. My mouse was captured, it would appear. Maybe my mouse is going to need a little bit of a recharge. Either way, let's have a quick gander. Let's hope. Please don't botch this. I don't think Bubbles can botch it, but there we go. We finally got the means for us to begin researching into the neural supercharger. Now, fabrication is also another big important one for us, because that would allow us to make components and we would no longer be quite as limited, quite as locked down as we are. Another one would be deep drilling. Let's have a look at that. Deep drilling over here, 1,000 points, would give us the ability to go for the ground penetrating scanner, and then might be able to start actually having a more consistent source of steel. I think the supercharger is what we're going to be going for, though. So let's go ahead and begin research so that we can edge closer to our ultimate goal of reforming the ideology. Now, one other thing we're going to do over here is I'm going to make sure that we have no roof in this area. There we are. That shouldn't have been there, to be honest, but there we go. Right, well, given that, we're actually now in a much better position, and I can start relaxing our much more aggressive requirements on not building anything that requires components. Still, we do want to have some stockpile of components available to us whenever we can. Is there anyone nearby, perhaps? No one for us to contact just yet, unfortunately. The fridge is, as ever, full of, well, mostly food for the animals, but kind of like my fridge, if I'm perfectly honest. Most of the meat in my fridge is for the ferrets. Cougar, what? A self-tamed cougar? More meat for the fridge, I guess. Because we're absolutely not going to be able to keep you. Well, that being said, maybe we could. We do have quite a lot of people available who have high animal tame. No, I really don't think so. I do not think that is where we're going to be taking that one. I would love it if this wasn't allowed to just break down, though. If anyone would like to carry those inside, that would be grand. No, but our freezer is really not meeting our needs anymore. It might be time to expand it, but the only way to expand it would be to floor off this with bridges, much as we've done in this room. And a bridge, to me, doesn't smack of the most sanitary flooring for a freezer. But then again, maybe we could make that work. It would have to be an enormous room, though, to allow me to build walls. On that note, I've got some other concerns. This seems to be a favorite place for enemies to breach our walls. So, with that in mind, I think it may be time for us to actually just replace this and have just a solid external wall. I mean, they will be able to break through the relatively lightly armored glass there, but that isn't the worst thing in the world. It would certainly be an upgrade over what we've got. It would force them to approach us in an area where we control the engagement a little bit more. And I think I'm on board with that. But for now, let's continue expanding out some of the mining, and hopefully Periapsis can now get on with the neural supercharger research. They're going to be very happy to be back to that, just as soon as they've finished making all of the AMP grenades. Sure, I guess. Manu, Eelstar, and Nelson all have muscle parasites. Oh, why? 3 of the colonists have gone sick from muscle parasites. Ensure you have medical bed and a doctor. Make sure that they get proper treatment and spend as much time in bed as possible. That was not great. Manu, you got 4.1 days on your unnatural healing ability. Muscle parasites cause manipulation, moving to go down, pain up, sleep fall rate up. Well, that's going to make Nelson a little bit less useful as a hauler for us, I'm not going to lie. It would have been grand if that could have been, well, anything else, but here we are. Rizel, you've just gone to sleep. I still need to get you to speak with Vanya about their grief. Hopefully be able to sort something out there. We'll see how that one goes, but that is definitely going to cause us a little bit of an issue here. Major break risk with Dewdrop, or seems to be the case. What are you off to right now, Dewdrop? You are presently trying to haul. Well, as far as things go, that's not the worst thing in the universe. Though, Little Eclipse, how about you do me a favor and go haul this? Then I will set that one back up to be urgently hauled. This way I've got them out of the cave, so anyone going for them doesn't need to walk quite as far and doesn't need to pass all of the desiccated corpses, which are definitely hurting their moods in many, many ways. Passing by this corpse pile is deeply upsetting for the colonists. So much so that I'm strongly considering just creating a walled off section, maybe having the corpses dumped out here, for example. While it does involve a bit more of a trek for our haulers, it would greatly protect my colonists from the quite substantial debuffs to their mood that come from walking past all of this. We would have to see, but oh well. We'll keep our fingers crossed for the time being. Are they actually bringing it all in here? Including the dusters. Well, I suppose that isn't the worst place to put all of this. It does mean that we can just break it down. It adds a bit of extra work for us, basically, but we might get a few odds and sods out of it. Breaking down clothing, though, never does, at least without mods. I know quite a lot of people play with mods which allow you to recover some of the fabric from recycling clothing, and that does... it makes enough sense that that's the sort of mod that I might not mind including here, but for now, we're not going to worry about that one too much. Now, will this accept desiccated corpses from insects, perhaps? Well, I'm allowing... oh, I only allow fresh corpses down here. Right, that would explain a couple of things. Well, in that case, let's make a new stockpile zone. We'll just pop it down here. This will clear all, only allow rotten, and any kind of corpse, except mechanoid and colonist corpses. Even if they're rotted, we do need to take care of those in some way. Though hopefully we never get to the point that a colonist's corpse simply decays out in the wild. That would be rather awful for many, many reasons. For the time being, though... oh, Nelson's actually fully healed. Oh, okay. Never mind. Cougar... I mean, you could be trained to haul. You could be trained to go... how much do you need to eat? Got a funny feeling that you need a lot. You could eat kibble. What is the minimum handling skill of 8? Okay. And what is the best handling skill that we have in the colony? We actually have a few people that might be able to keep your... have we just adopted a cougar? I don't know. But I think I'm going to leave that choice to you. This seems as good a place to wrap things up as any. It's the 2nd of September, and we have begun the process of researching neural supercharging. In fact, we're making good progress towards that goal. With neural supercharging, that's going to actually be a massive bonus for the colony. In fact, it might even if we don't get rid of the suppression, the psychic suppression, the neural supercharger might be able to counteract some of its effects. I think psychic suppression does kind of put a maximum consciousness threshold on the characters, but with neural supercharger, it might be able to pull it up at least a little bit more than the 50% where it sits right now. So it might mean that we could delay it a little bit longer. Though I'm really growing discontent with the effects that we're seeing on our colonies. So I'm not really sold on that idea right now. I would rather get rid of the supercharger than just leave it there. That being said, though, you know, there are options. Especially if we can mitigate some of the effects, that then means only visitors to our colony will be affected by it, and in particular raiders. So it could be still a useful negative rather than just purely a negative. A bit of an unorthodox play there, but we can see where it goes. Do let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. But again, very much do weigh in on the choice on whether we keep the cougar or not. It is a big commitment, like taking on any pet. It is a big commitment, but we do have a freezer frankly bursting full of kibble, so there is a good chance that we would be able to keep them fed. But in the next episode, we will hopefully be taking Nelson along with a couple of the colonists, and largely the men, I should imagine. I'm strongly considering taking Periapsis away, and the Periapsis would be able to bring both of the haulers so that we carry a goodly amount of gubbins with us to hopefully shed some of the colony's accrued wealth, and also pick up some just much needed bits and bobs and some items that would then help us defend against potential raids. So wealth that defends itself is infinitely more desirable than wealth that doesn't. Speaking about you, freezer full of food. But that is going to be it for me for now. Do let me know down in the comments what you feel the fate of our cougar friend should be. But until next time, and as always, from myself and everyone here at Marble Hearth, do take care, everyone.